Hello and welcome to the weekly wrap video. Just a couple of things to brief you on from the past 5 trading sessions. Then US and European stocks remain underwater with some fears and concerns emerging from the growth picture across the globe, more specifically in Portugal, as banking sector debt concerns really come to the fore. This is as Banco Espírito Santo missed some of their short-term debt payments, prompting their share price to fall as much as 25% on the week at some points in the session. Short-selling bans were implemented with trading halts being put into place to stem some of the sell-off, but this really did filter through to European equity markets, with the DAX future breaking below the 100 DMA pretty resolutely to fresh multi-month lows in this week's trade alone. As such, much of this did filter through in towards the US equity markets, with the Dow Jones retreating from 17,000, a level broken, of course, the prior week after non-farm payrolls. In the currency markets, there's also been a bit of concern in regards to the Chinese growth picture, as trade balance did come in at a lower than expected surplus. There's probably some weakness in the Aussie currency as Chinese exports and imports both grew at a slower rate than analysts had expected. As such, many analysts do see the Chinese authorities fiddling with the economic conditions in the area, prompting some mini stimulus to reinvigorate the Chinese economy in the last 6 months of 2014. We've also seen earnings season kick off this week with Alcoa. They reported a solid beat on expectations in terms of both EPS and revenues. Wells Fargo was pretty much in line on Friday, however their shares have declined at the open. They've been down as much as 1.5%. Comes ahead of the key financials, of course, next week in the form of Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, as well as some of the blue chip names, the likes of General Electric. One more thing worth noting this week, we had the FOMC minutes from their latest meeting, signalling that the FOMC are on track to conclude their QE program in October of this year. However, there's been very little clues on when rate liftoff is to occur. Markets do continue to price this in for June of 2015. That's a view that was maintained into and out of the FOMC minutes release, which did occur this week. All comes ahead of the Fed Chair Janet Yellen's Humphrey Hawkins testimony next week, which will likely be the next flashpoint for action in regards to speculation on the federal funds rate. Also, Bank of England Governor Mark Carney being tested by the Treasury Select Committee in the UK on both the releases from the financial and the monetary policy committees of the Bank of England. Of course, we'll bring you all those releases as soon as it hits the wires, as well as any other relevant commentary to your trading. But in the meantime, that's all from me. Have a fantastic weekend.